The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily represent those of this station or its management.
This is the Stockwell Roche Show, giving you real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Josh Roche.
Good morning, Minneapolis and St. Paul. What a beautiful day. You're listening to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Advantage Plus.
Every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. We are sitting here with a very good panel of experts today. Great panel of experts today we're very excited about. We're at the Home and Landscape, not the Home and Landscape Expo, the Remodeling Expo, Minneapolis Remodeling Expo here at the Convention Center. Live. So we're doing this live. We're right next to the Batmobile.
Which is pretty cool, actually.
And it's very cool. Very cool. So if you get a chance, if you get done with church, get done with lunch, or before lunch, come on down to the Minneapolis Remodeling Expo here at the Convention Center. If you mention the Stockwell Roche Show, I want to say this right off the gate, you get in for free. So, and there's actually a lot of other stuff going on down here at the Convention Center too. A lot of activity, and we have a full room here of all kinds of vendors, and we'll go through some of them here later in the show. But great show today. We have Maddie B with Radiant Home Mortgage on. Maddie B, good morning.
Good morning.
Robin Hartl. She's our very own Remax Results Realtor. She's also the spokesperson for Little Giant Step Ladder, who are here. Right.
Which is cool.
I see the ladder. It's sitting about, I don't know, Ryan, how many feet up is that about? 40, 50, 35, 40, 50 feet. There's a little giant ladder going all the way up in the middle of the room here, and Robin is a spokesperson for them, the national spokesperson for them, so she's here. Welcome, Robin. And we have Ryan Halverson, Apollo Heating and Air is here with us as well, so we're very glad to have you, Ryan. How are you doing? Good morning.
Fantastic, thank you.
So first off, we're going to talk a lot about the expo. We're going to talk about Robin's design business. We're talk about Ryan's Apollo Heating and Air business and what he does there. But first, we always do the market update. So Josh Roche and Maddie B, take it away.
All right, well, things are great in the market. I'm looking at our statistics from last year where we're at today, and we're up 10.4% in new listings right now. Change in pending sales are up 27.6%, and our change in inventory, we're at 2.4 increase this time last year. So it's a great market right now, you guys. People are buying houses, and we're starting to see some sellers actually get their houses listed, so that's a good thing.
Those numbers sound very familiar from last week, right? So increase in listings, but new pendings are outpacing, pending under contract sales are outpacing the new listings coming on the market.
Multiple offers.
Yep.
And we're seeing that everywhere. On every approval that we're getting right now, everyone is a battle. Everyone is going into multiple offers. So
yeah. So if you're out there and you're listening and you have a home for sale and it isn't going into multiple offers, then it might be time to, like we talked about last week, do something. Adjust either your price, talk to your agent about a marketing strategy. That would be key. So definitely, or you can go to talktwincitiesrealestate.com and click on the free market evaluation there, and we will send that out to you free, no obligation. So great for the market right now. A lot of activity. We're finally getting into a nice weekend. If you're all listening out there, if our loyal listeners are out there, and I know you are, if you're hearing us, we sound maybe a little different today. It is Sunday. We're live, and it was a nice Saturday night. So some of us might have went out and maybe celebrated the new spring weather. I don't know.
yes, we celebrated the spring weather. Yes.
Or the expo here that we were at. We might have had fun here too. So it's actually, they do have drinks here too. So if you have lunch and want to have a little Bloody Mary or something like that, they have that here as well at the expo. So. Maddie B, mortgage update. Maddie B, expert loan officer, Radiant Home Mortgage. What's happening?
Well, this week we saw a lot of activity. Rates are still where they were last week at this time, but we saw a lot of activity. We saw pricing changes going up, or we get worsening alerts throughout the course of a day, and then we have corrections that happen throughout the course of the day. And it seemed like every time we had a worsening alert, about an hour or two later, we got a bettering alert. So it's a lot of activity in the market, but not necessarily anything that's changing interest rates. Rates are still phenomenal. It's still a good time to get approved with rates like they are after some of the conversations we've had with some people here at the expo. Rates in the 4s and in the 3s are great when people remember when they were in the 8s and the 9s or higher. So
a lot of activity in both that. So I'm sure you're hearing it if you know friends, family, coworkers, people that are looking to buy a house, they're dealing with a multiple offer situation, or if people are looking to refinance. It's just phenomenal time. So one thing I want to bring up real quick, and this is from that Elliot Eisenberg that I got the pleasure of seeing here at an event that he did. He's an economist, but he's also kind of a comedian with it as well, but he's very, very, very intelligent and very good information. His website is graphsandlaughs.net. Anyway, he sends out an update every day, so you can just email him and go on the website, and then he will email you an update. And it's just 70 words or less, I believe, of an economic update. This one said, everybody's talking about a rate hike. When are interest rates going to go up? So that's the panic. That's probably driving maybe a lot of the buyer activity. The Fed wants to raise short-term rates, and the three most important labor market variables they're looking at are payroll growth, unemployment rate, and the change in average hourly earnings. So those are three things they look at to determine whether they raise rates. Last Friday employment report offered no good news. Payroll growth was at 126,000, was half the level that was expected, and the unemployment rate remained unchanged, and the wage growth showed no upward trend. Here's what he says, this economist named Elliot Eisenberg says, a June rate hike is off the table. Will not happen.
Which is good. So that is great news for anybody out there in the marketplace right now. That is great news. If you are thinking about it, this is the time to stop thinking and start getting some action behind what you're.
Well, I think if you're a seller too, it's a great time too, because you know what? Take advantage of these buyers while they're out there. If they're going to be out there and they're going to be looking for houses, it's time to take advantage of that and get your house listed.
For some people right now, if you saw let's say you got somebody who's qualifying at low fours, and that rate goes to 4.5%, 5%, 5.25%, for the typical median range we were talking about, the 200 to 225 price point, that takes them from qualifying for a $225,000 house if they're at their max down to about 200.
Wow.
So it starts cutting people out of the equation.
And furthermore, he goes on one more thing here. He says, while the Fed struggles as to the timing of its first rate hike since 2004, so there has not been a rate hike since 2004. This puts in rarefied company. Last quarter, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Denmark, India, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, ECB, Hungary, Israel, Poland, Russia, Sweden, Switzerland, and Turkey all lowered rates. Only the Czech Republic and England, Mexico, and New Zealand held their rates, and other than the Fed, only England even talks about raising rates. That tells you how good our economy is compared to the rest of the world, though, so we're doing very well on that. So anyway, that's just a tidbit for you on an economic scale.
That's crazy. There's nothing to pull out of that.
Josh, you're awesome at geography, we know that. So anyway, when we get back, we're going to be going in depth with Ryan Halverson at Apollo Heating and Robin Hartl on her design business. I want to give a shout out to two sponsors of this event that are here: Performance Pools and Spas. It's the season. Everybody's getting jacked up for summer and boating and swimming and everything like that. So they are here. And then Custom Drapery and Blinds. They are here as well, and they are sponsors of the entire event going on here for the Remodeling Expo. So come on down, Convention Center. You can park on the street, mention the show, you get in for free, and you can park in the underground ramp. And it's a beautiful day. Come on down for a couple hours, visit with us, take a picture with Batman at the Batmobile. Floyd Security's putting that on, and just a lot of fun and a lot of people here. That would be great to have you down here. We'll be back in the next segment talking more with Ryan and Robin. Anything else, Josh, that you want to add about this expo so far?
I think it's great. I think there's a lot of people starting to show up. People are starting to file in. We're starting to see a lot of smiles, and families are coming down here. There's a lot of entries you can actually fill out and win some stuff, which is kind of cool.
Oh, tons of prizes. Oh, and not to mention the salsa, the cheese. There's just great
loves
stuff
food.
down here.
Jason loves food, so he loves the salsa.
Jason and I walked around yesterday, and the salsa and the cheese is amazing. So come check us out.
Lots of free samples, that stuff too, so if you're hungry. And they have food back here too. So there's pillow, sleep number, there's just everything, and then anything you want to do remodeling is down here. So we look forward.
It's just a good time, and I think if you come down here, you'll have a great time. Like Jason said, there's a lot of food. Prizes and entries, there's things that you can do with your home too, and there's great ideas for you to get what you need to do with your home, and I know we're going to talk with Robin a little bit about that today. But if you're looking for an idea for your home, come down here and take a look at it.
Yep, and we have seminars going on as well. There's at least probably 5 to 6 different seminars going on that you can dive in depth one-on-one with someone, or listen to them and then ask questions after, all ranging from remodeling to housing, to anything. So we're very, very happy to be here and thankful to be here, and look forward to having you down here. Ryan.
Yes.
We're going to get into the next segment. So,
Let's talk about Ryan a little bit.
Apollo Heating and Air. The website where people can find you is callapollo.com.
Callapollo.com. We're out of Oakdale.
Out of Oakdale. So when we get back, we want to hear some stories about
These are great, though.
why
These are great.
people need to fix their stuff, or have you come out and check things out for them at their home, for their air conditioner, the furnace, and all that, because we all know what happens in the winter in Minnesota, and I want to hear some good stories that you saved the day, like Batman. That's what we want to hear.
Hey, Jason, did you get a picture with Batman yesterday?
Yes, free pictures with Batman. You come on down to the convention center. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Spanish Plus.
Live from the Remodeling Expo at the Convention Center, Minneapolis. It's Masters Weekend. I know a lot of golf fans out there probably
Tiger Woods is in this time too.
potentially.
Yes.
But what I was going to let everybody know is come on down, hang out here for a little bit. You'll make it home in time to see the dramatic finish, which we're all anticipating. Hopefully there'll be a dramatic finish. I know I have a couple golf fans that are on the team, and they are trying to get it down here so we can actually have it streaming live from our booth. Now, it's not a promise, but we're just going to try to make that happen for you, for all you golf fans. So we're back with Ryan Halverson, Apollo Heating and Air. And before we left, I made Ryan, or asked Ryan to think of some stories where he was Batman to come in. But first off, let's talk about Ryan. Apollo Heating and Air, what are they? What do they do? And how did you get involved? Kind of the story background, and I know you're passionate about your business and what you do. I'll just kind of get into that.
Apollo's been around since 1980. We do all residential, boilers, radiant floors, commercial products. Apollo is just one of the few companies, I had my pick of a few to choose from, that we're actually still growing. Right now, most heating companies are really slow. We are not. We're picking it up just like the real estate area, which is one of the reasons why I stay with these guys. Not only do I like that, but the way that they follow the product. They only choose the products that are actually going to make you want to be in the house or make you more comfortable when you're in there. For example, their product lines carry my favorite, which is Lennox, but an air conditioner that Lennox has will reduce your utility cost by 49% in the summertime.
Wow.
That's huge.
And it can actually cut the heating cost by over 50% based on what type of furnaces. Now the furnaces go up to 98.7% efficient. Most people only have an 80% furnace, so you can do the math just by increasing the efficiency. But one of the things I like about Apollo that they allow us to have free reign to the customers, and one of the best stories that I hear over and over and over is the amount of money that people actually save, which can go towards other things, countertops, kitchens, other type of remodel things they want to do. I had a story last year where they had an all-electric house, all-electric baseboard. They were spending, $450 a month for an average size home. They were on the budget plan from XL Energy. At the end,
They were on the budget plan?
They were on the budget plan, and it was a ridiculous amount of money they had to spend every month.
Wow.
At the end of their cycle, after we had installed all new product in their home and made it to a more efficient method, they went 2.5 months without making any payments whatsoever to catch up. At the end of the XL season, they'll either send you a balloon payment or you get a discount.
Oh, okay. So if you're on the plan where you pay monthly the same every month, so you're not having a spike in the winter. I get it. Okay.
Because we did this.
Their costs by a ton.
It was. They came up. The wife gave me a big hug, and they were just very thankful because it allows the freedom to do other things, which they needed to do other things. So that amount of money they're saving goes into all the other remodeling things that they wanted to do.
That's a really cool win for you when you've got somebody that comes up that actually appreciates that much what you did. That's a good feeling. That's pretty cool.
It is. We tell all of our
Also for you.
we tell all our customers, all the home shows we do. I've actually had customers come back to the home shows, seek us out with their utility bills, and show us last year at that date to what they paid this year. It's more than cut in half. And when you get that kind of response where they actively search you out to find you and say thank you, it tells you you're doing it right. Most companies don't give the homeowners the options. Like, you guys are going to fight for your customers to get them their best price that they can, whether it's buying or selling.
Yep.
So we do the same thing, where we're not just going to come in there and give you one price on one particular brand. We ask all kinds of questions and make sure what's going to fit your need and kind of solve the problem, instead of, here, this is what I think you should have. It's such an amazing difference to have somebody that allows you to pick and choose. It might be more money, might be less money, but it's what your needs are that we try to do.
And for you out there listening, Ryan Halverson is also somewhat of a celebrity. If you've seen a commercial for Apollo Heating and Air, he is in the commercial, correct?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
So the one where there's a gentleman, I believe you're in a hat and you're kind of rubbing your hands together, it's very cold, is that right?
Yes, it was very cold. Yeah, we do a lot of the marketing with different things, and I get my daughters in them because it's kind of a fun thing. People recognize. A lot of times they'll call in just because they see it, but it's the commercials, it's the giveaways we do on other events like Twin Cities Live and Heat Up Minnesota, where we give out furnaces all winter long to deserving families that just simply can't afford it.
That's awesome.
So we try to do a half a dozen or more of those a year to help people with the struggles that we've all had once or twice in our lives.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty admirable for your company, and that you guys do that. That's awesome.
So the winter, it was rough. I actually,
2 years ago for sure.
well, last year even too. They're always cold. And I went to a house recently, because I see a lot of houses, and froze up, completely froze up. And, we were out of town for a while in February, and the whole house froze, all the pipes, everything like that. So do you run into that a lot, or are you always, are the people always proactive with you, Ryan, on their needs?
No, I'm right now in the process of redoing a house on Summit. It's a little over $80,000 in just heating equipment, whether it's the cast iron radiators, the pipes. Some of the steps to protect your house today is there's Wi-Fi equipment and security equipment that'll actually alert you. For example, Lennox has a diagnostic smart thermostat. That thermostat will actually email you if your temperature goes above or below a certain temperature. If there's a problem with the equipment, it'll tell you what's wrong with it. It'll even contact me and tell me to get my guys out there with the part in hand knocking the door before you even know it's off.
That's amazing.
That is good, because it doesn't take long. When it's sub-zero and it stays that way for 2 weeks, usually there's a 2 week spell where it doesn't even get above zero. Most years. That doesn't take long. If your furnace goes out in your house, especially if you have an older home, it's gonna get in there and it's gonna freeze something up. And
I've seen some beautiful homes just go trash because of that reason, where the water break, it freezes, the water line breaks, and then you have all this water down there, and then you're on vacation, you come back, and you've got mold everywhere.
And you can do, Ryan,
the cost of that
emergency
is ridiculous.
services then too, essentially, where someone says, hey, it's Saturday, 5 p.m. and my heat's not on and it's cold.
Yep, yeah, we are 24/7, and actually a lot of my customers will actually give me their house keys. So we have a lot of snowbirds, a lot of travelers. So as
My
I
house
go,
is cold. You get my keys too.
if they have pools and wet bars, we spend a little more time making sure the equipment is up to date. However, they do give us their codes to get into their keys, because that way when they're out of town, we will go and take care of whatever their problems. They just know that we're there. We're not going to take advantage of them. We're always the Johnny on the spot company when it comes to when people get out of town. Not only do we do that, but we recommend to get the special thermostats that coordinate right into the phones, into your emails, access it anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that seems like something that if you're traveling or if you're out of town or if you're doing something like that in the winter and no one's going to be there to check on it, it's almost a must. From a standpoint of safety and also just damage prevention.
I just like the fact that they get notified if there's a problem, and they're coming to my door that says, hey, we know there's a problem with your thermostat. Like, that's huge. Like, that kind of customer service is unheard of.
You think that would maybe even work with insurance? I would think that you'd somehow be able to do a benefit, or there should be maybe some benefit with insurance, because that's a very, very good.
Some sort of type of discount they can get.
So that's great. That's good information. I did not even know that. So that's I've been in I go into a lot of houses every week, and I had no idea. So you're listening to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Advantage Plus.
We have Maddie B with Grading Home Mortgage here. Red Halverson, Apollo Heating and Air, and Robin Hartl, who's the spokesperson for Little Giant Stepladder. Little Giant Stepladder is here because their ladder's right in front of us, standing very tall.
Have we figured out how high that was?
No, we can ask probably now that the place is starting to fill up. So come on down to the convention center. Mention the Stockwell Roche Show. You get in for free, and it's the Remodeling Expo. And we want to give a shout out also to Performance Pools and Spas. They have a great booth here, and I know everybody loves hot tubs, pools, and now's the time. The economy's better, and people might be. We have salsa, and that reminds me of salsa. Pool parties with salsa, right? And cheese.
And cheese.
We have a great cheese place here and a salsa place. Custom drapery and blinds is here too. That's a lot of new construction going up. A lot of people buying new construction. They're a great vendor to contact as far as what do we do, because most, if not any, new constructions do not come with blinds and drapes. They just do not like to do it. It's something that you should take on, and it can cost you, it can be thousands and thousands of dollars depending upon how you do it, but you want to do it right because you're going to put that investment in, and it's something you want to do. So I would definitely come down and check them out. Check us out. We have a putting in honor of Masters Sunday. We have a putting 7-foot putting green, and you get 3 chances to win a prize, and you can putt there, and then you can also get your picture with Batman at the Floyd Security next to us. The Batmobile and Batman will be here. My son and daughter were just super excited when I showed them the picture on my phone, and I said, "Look at Papa," and they said, "Oh my gosh, it's Batman!" And they said, "I want to go." You know, so and there's actually kid stuff down here too. So come on down to the convention center for that. One last topic before we turn to break here, and to get back in after break with the infamous Robin Hartl. I want to just, Maddie B and Josh, sales of vacation homes are skyrocketing. There was a gentleman here from Florida yesterday who actually verified this. Last year, a record 1.13 million vacation properties sold. That's a 21% of all sales.
That says a lot about our economy.
And get this, it's up 57.4% from 2013. Part of this is due to the boomers buying second homes and eventually retiring to, while part is being fed by strong gains in financial markets. Meanwhile, sales of investment homes fell 7.4%, and owner-occupied purchases encompassed 60% of the sale. Also, it could be partly due to Boston and the record snowfalls. And they're like, heck, let's get a place in Florida. I talked to someone down in Florida, they said all of them are selling because Boston people want a second home down there because they're so sick of the, 6 feet of snow or 7 feet of snow.
Well, that was the hardest one they've had in a long time, I know that.
But that's amazing, that's staggering. That's 21% of all sales were vacation homes, and that's up almost 60% from 2013. That's just amazing. So that tells you there's money out there and people are spending, and a lot of it could be the boomers. Like
those people from Boston are like finding the leprechaun in the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yes, the leprechaun and the pot of gold is Florida apparently, because Florida's coming back huge right now in new construction and development.
Not only that, Arizona too. A lot of vacation areas, they're blowing up.
Yep. So so if you're looking for a vacation home, we have connections in Florida, Arizona, California, or anywhere that you want to go. Even Alaska, if you want to have a vacation home up there, which is beautiful in the summertime. So we can connect you with anybody around there. And actually, there's some people here in the expo that are from Florida up here, and they are working in Minnesota and Florida, traveling back and forth for services and painting and many events. We'll be back after the segment. Welcome back to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Advantage Plus.
Listening to AM 1280 The Patriot. We're on every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. We're live from the Remodeling Expo here at the Convention Center. We encourage you to come on down and mention our show. You can get in for free. and see all the great vendors and have some fun.
We're starting to pile in.
And people are starting to come in. We actually have people now in the audience. Hello, everybody out there in the audience. Yes, all some of our loyal fans and listeners out there. This segment we want, and we have Maddie B here. So we have a great expert panel. Maddie Bjorgen with Grady Home Mortgage, Ryan Halverson with Apollo Heating and Air, callapollo.com, and Robin Hartl, who's a Remax realtor. She's very busy. She's a Little Giant Stepladder spokesperson. Robin, are you going to be climbing that ladder later today? Show us the stability of the Little Giant Stepladder.
I actually have a few Little Giant ladders at home that I use in my business. I use them in the real estate business and the design business. So an awesome ladder. You guys got to come down and see it.
And so she's a spokesperson for them, and she has very good at design and style. So she has a company called Robin Hartl Design and Style, and it's a perfect time to talk about those things because with all the vendors here and remodeling, and on break you said Home Depot is packed. Everybody's got those projects, those ideas. They've been waiting, and just now everybody's got energy and they're ready to go, right?
Yeah,
for this
absolutely,
stuff.
absolutely. And one of the things that I provide for my clients in real estate is that, you know, a lot of people come up to me and ask me, you know, how much should I do to my home before I sell my home?
One of the biggest questions I get.
Yeah, before I put it on the market, how much should I put into it? Also, a lot of people are out there even buying homes that need work, that need to be gutted completely, or maybe it just needs a new kitchen, or they just want to put their personality into their new home. One of the things that I provide for my real estate clients is I also provide free design service for anybody that uses me as a realtor.
Wow.
So
Very cool.
if you have a home to sell, or you're looking to buy a home, give me a call and I will provide those design services free for you when you work with me as well.
And that is awesome because, like Josh said, that I'm out there in the field or out there meeting people and looking at houses. And one of the main things we go over, of course, we go over price, of course, we go over timing and all those things. But hey, unless they just bought the house and it's brand new, or they may be a designer themselves or an architect or something like that, they may not want our help, but they usually ask us, hey, what should I do? Should I do this?
That's a huge added value.
How much is this going to cost? Am I going to get that back? Or what do you think? And it's always different. Every client is different, just like in mortgages, Manny B, right? And every house is different. So some houses you can say, yes, you can get away with that full-blown remodel and you will get that back. Some of them you say, you know what? Yeah, and a lot of them you don't. You're only going to say, you know what? I have clients that say, oh, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, well, really?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Because if you're going to sell it, you know, and it's usually the case where it's all of us, right? We get into a house, and like all of us, we have this laundry list of items, and you may probably have this too, what you want to do to your home. And what happens is over the years, and it's years because it didn't get done last year, the year before, or the year before, and then all of a sudden you go to sell, and you end up wanting to do that thing that probably that you wanted to enjoy the whole time you were there, and it may not make financial sense to spend that kind of money if you're going to be selling, if you're going to stay there. And I've had this happen where people have done the project and then said, I love it, I'm going to stay now, which is great.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that people get confused on is when you put your house on the market, the bank and people who've got to finance it to buy your house. So there's a comparables. You have to have comparables that are going to make sense for you to sell your house. And if you don't have a budget put together and you owe more on your house, doing that $30,000 kitchen is going to put you upside down.
Right. Well, I was just going to say, you can definitely over-remodel a house. Like you can overbuild a neighborhood, you can over-remodel a house and make it so it's, you know.
That's why it's so
terrible.
important to talk to a real estate agent to find out exactly what's going on in your marketplace. Because what a bank looks at, they look at houses that sold in the last 6 months within 1 mile radius.
Yep.
And they figure square footage. They don't look at that neat project that we did in the backyard. They don't look at the landscape. They look at price per square footage. And that's what gets you the value of your home. So it's good for us real estate agents to actually come into your home, take a look at it, and help you figure that out.
And that's key. And Robin, so you provide your service. So what does that mean when you say service? So you're going to help do what? Explain the process. Give me an example of somebody you're working with now that may be doing a project or
Yeah, well, I had some clients that are looking to sell their home, and they ask, you know, before I put my home on the market, what should we do here? What should we do here? And we took a look at, first I did a comparative market analysis. I did a market analysis on their home, figure out what that home could sell for. And then we look at what they owe in their home. and then say, okay, well, you've got some room to move here. Let's do a little bit in your kitchen, a little bit in a couple bathrooms. We look at areas that really matters when you put your home on the market. Now, they couldn't afford to put $30,000 into their kitchen, and I didn't want them to do a complete custom remodel of their kitchen, but they could do some things that they didn't have to spend a whole lot of money on in the kitchen and still get a really good return on that investment.
So are you guiding them through as far as what? Plans?
Yep.
Are you getting through the products?
Yeah.
The type, or getting bids? Or what's the
anything. So if they're
like
ready
a consultant?
like a consultant. So if they're ready to put their house on the market, then I can come in and I can talk to them about staging. I can talk to them about staging their home, what things they want to do. You want to make sure to get rid of this, get rid of that, do this and do that, and then maybe paint colors. I'll help them pick out paint colors. I'll help them decide what furnishings should be maybe staged in what room. And then when they go to buy another house, if maybe that house needs some work, or maybe that they want to repaint or carpet in, I have resources for that. I can do cabinet plans for them, and that is all just something that I provide to my clients. I will do up a whole cabinet plan for a kitchen. I will help them pick out paint colors. I will source out flooring for them, and all the things that I do in my design business, help them with window treatments, linens, everything for their new home, and then help the older home to sell. One of the things that I do for my clients is what really matters in a home with a lot of people when they put it on the market is they say, what should you here and there. And one of the things that I did for a client is that we have a fun little recipe for cooking up a pot of a really good scent and aroma in their home that they can do. It's a natural recipe that they can do to get their home to smell really great. And when we put it on the market, it sold in 2 days. And so many of the people said, your house smelled so good when we walked in.
That is key, because we've all been in the houses, or I've been in a lot of houses that don't smell very well at all. And you really want to have, just like when you're going, to a wedding or something, you're going out to church, you need to have your best on when you're for your house. Meaning staging, you want to have your furnace, you want to have your AC working, obviously, and make sure that it's good. And you want to have your best game, your best foot forward, because that first impression is key, and that triggers buyers to pull the trigger. I mean, it truly does. And you get more when you do these things: staging, design, making sure all your stuff is done. You actually will get more money, because most buyers now, with the exception of investors, of course, just love to have a house that they can move into. And there's a lot. Everybody's busy. We talked about this in past shows. There's so many things going on in their lives, in your lives, and you're so busy with work and kids and family and all kinds of stuff. Everything keeps you busy. You just want to get into housing and projects is what you want to do. So you're listening to the Stockwell Show. Come on down, Convention Center, Remodeling Expo.
Mention us, get in free.
Mention the Stockwell Show, get in for free. We are at booth over by basically the Batmobile. So that's all you gotta do is find the Batmobile straight back.
Not seen Batman.
Speaking of smells, I am getting a very good smell right now.
I know.
And it's someone's cooking something. It smells like pancakes. I don't know what it is, but it smells delicious.
Yeah,
it might be the roasted nuts, or it could be mini donuts. I don't know.
I think it's the roasted nuts.
It smells delicious.
So if you guys want to bring those over, we definitely sample them.
Yeah, we'll make sure they're
on the
good.
radio.
Yeah.
We have seminars. They have seminars going on here. 2 of them starting at 2 o'clock. 2 seminars every hour starting at 2 o'clock. We go till 5. You can come down and still get back to see the finish of the Masters. You can practice your putting. Golf season starting. You can practice your putting here at our booth as well. We have a 7-foot putt, which is actually, I think,
it's got a little hill to it.
It's tough.
It's got a little hill to it.
It's a tough putt.
I actually made it in the first try yesterday.
No way.
I did.
Wow,
You can ask the guys at Floyd.
Are you guys counting beans?
Oh, we have bean counting, jelly bean counting too, for price and stuff like that. But lots of good people down here and lots of good vendors. Ryan Halverson, Apollo Heating and Air, we'll be back on the next segment talking a little bit more with Ryan wrapping up. And then Robin Hartl for the Robin Hartl Design and Style. So that's very valuable for you or somebody you know go to talktotwicitiesrealestate.com. Find us on Facebook, Stockwell Roche Show. We're on YouTube. You can see what we all look like.
Yeah, that's scary.
You can see what the seminar and convention looks like here. And click a button or call us, email us anytime. We're here to help you accomplish your goals, no matter what it is in real estate or housing. And just chat, have fun, and make it fun too. It's a great time right now for everybody. So, we'll be back. You're listening to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Management.
Thanks again for listening. Welcome back to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
I'm Josh Roche.
Special guest today, in case you are just tuning in, we have Manny B with Radiant Home Mortgage, Ryan Halverson of Halverson, and Robin Hartl of Robin Hartl Design and Style. We are at the convention center right now, and it is starting to get busy. People are coming in here. I see a lot of people walking around, and
Just get waves when we look
waves from people and everything like that. So we're here. Mention the show. You get in for free. What we've learned so far, and recap a couple things. Ryan Halverson of Apollo Heating and Air, and I learned this. I didn't know this. You can have
technology.
Yeah, I'm not a big technical guy. People that know me and work for me and work with me know that I'm not the best at technology. But they have things that can alert you should your furnace go out. Something that I think is a must for many people in Minnesota. Many of you are probably laughing because you already know this and have this, but you should have that, because as a real estate agent, I go in and Josh goes into a number of houses every year where unfortunately they are frozen, solid. Furnace went out, and it takes two, 3 days at sub-zero temperatures on an older home to get in there, especially if your plumbing's on an exterior wall or isn't insulated properly. I mean, there's just so many
So
things.
much can go wrong, especially if you're on vacation and you're gone for a month, and you come back and your whole basement's just flooded.
So Ryan Halverson, and it happens.
It does. It happens
frozen,
a lot.
and it's very unfortunate. It's devastating. It's a pain in the neck. So Ryan notified us that it does this, where they have technology now. It alerts you. It sends you an email. It sends them an email at Apollo Heating and says, "Hey, temperature's dropping. It's down to 50. It's 40 or it's 45. Get over there. Someone's got to take care of this, and you're out of town. You got it all handled right there." So definitely go to callapollo.com and learn more about that. Robin Hartl informed us that
She's busy.
Number one.
very.
She is also helping do free consultation and design for your projects, because that's a very popular question when you're looking to sell, especially with a home you've lived in for a while. What do I do? What don't I do? Where do I spend my money? It's critical.
The best bang for the
I go on appointments where people already did this stuff, and they might as well have taken $10,000, $50,000 and put it in the toilet, because they're not going to recoup it on their sale. And so that's where you want that expert guidance and advice.
I think that's where you got to talk to the real estate agent too, because a lot of people don't understand how the financing side of this thing works. When you put your house on the market, you got to find a buyer. Buyer's got to come in and buy your home, and they have to get pre-approved. So there's a comparable market analysis that needs to take place, so you can put a budget together and figure out what really is going to help sell my house, and what the banks are going to allow for an appraisal for financing for that buyer.
And it's not always about the financing and all that. That's when you sell. But you gotta have some fun too, people, right? Everybody knows you gotta have fun. So pools, spas, and doing that project that you always wanted to do, that it's gonna cost money, but you dreamed of it, and it may not get you back the exact thing that you want when you sell. But you're gonna be there for 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20 more years, who knows? Now is a good time to do that. Rates are great. Companies are out here willing to help you with all kinds of projects. Get them done. We've had a great spring season so far. Just the weather, and it's been so much better than last year. And you can sense the activity and the energy and the excitement from anybody. Ryan, as a matter of fact, Halverson here almost took his motorcycle in today. It was that close. It was just a little tad cool on the cool side, he told me. Because we were going about 70, he said, and it's 57 degrees. It gets a little nipply when you're going fast like that. When you're But it's 65 or above is what he said it's got to be, is what he wants to be. But.
I almost brought mine too. I have a Yamaha road.
What? You have a motorcycle?
I have a motorcycle.
Wow, I'm learning a lot of things today.
I have a big cruiser and 1800 cc's bike, and I love it, and I can't wait to get it out. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a big touring bike.
Okay, we need to see that. We need to get a video, and we also want to put that on TalkTwinCitiesRealEstate.com because that is very cool to see.
I don't take that out though until the sand's off the roads. When they get that sand off the roads, man.
Well, we had a couple of good. I mean, the rain spell recently
that was good.
should have cleared up a lot. That was a pretty long, dosy rain that might have got a lot of stuff done. So come on down. Now it might be warm enough. Come on down on your motorcycle and to the convention center and visit us here at the booth that we're in. And
find the back cars.
Kids are right now putting the masks on to get pictures with the Batmobile. Batman will probably be here. I don't know. Batman might have had to save some people and do some rescuing this morning, or he had a late night saving people last night. Rescuing. I don't know if there was any Batman calls.
Yeah, you probably saw him. See, I've got a great. We talked about smells in the home and what you could do to make your home smell great before a showing or putting it on the market. I've got a great recipe that I can give to you guys.
You can post it up on the website.
Yep. We can put it up there.
Just give us about a minute.
Here's a cool recipe that anybody can do, and it's an all-natural recipe to make your home smell absolutely fantastic, and it works great. You fill up a sauce pot with about 2/3 of the way with water. Then you add 1 sliced lemon, a few sprigs of fresh rosemary, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Now you get that cooking, let it simmer, just not to a big boil, but you let it simmer a while on the stove. And you can do this all day. You can let it simmer all day if you want to. Just keep adding water, add more lemon, or you can just do it for a few hours. But it will make your home smell amazing, and it'll last all day.
That sounds like it smells amazing.
What about for us guys that can do that in the kitchen? Do you suggest we go to Walmart and spray that?
I have had clients that they're like, well, maybe we don't want to go through that work. They get the Febreze.
I was just going to say they had the aerosol, like almost aerosol Febreze, and walk around the house and pull down and go.
The Febreze things are really great. I often do that for my clients. Is we get the Febreze things and we put them out. My last client, it was pretty funny. I was listening to them talking in one room while I was taking photos of the house, and the husband and wife were in the other room, and he said, you shouldn't have gotten the one that smells like cookie dough. Because now I gotta live in the house that smells like cookie dough all day, and I can't live here when it smells like cookie dough.
Constantly hungry.
Yeah, that's key. The smell is the first impression, all those things. And I know a lot of you out there know people or you yourselves are thinking of putting your house on the market this year. And based on the statistics that Josh provided on the top of the hour, on the top of the show,
now's the time.
When you put your house on, they pen. There's more pending. When I say pending, that means signed contracts going on right now than there are properties coming onto the market. So that pending or contracts signed is outpacing the new people coming on the market. So if you're thinking about that, not to say that it's easy and it's simple and now is the time you just put anything on it itself. You still have to take the proper procedure, proper steps, consult, get it so it's perfect, because again, the buyers and people still remember the bad downturn we had, and no one wants to make that mistake again, and so they're very cautious when they go in, and they want it to be done, clean, turnkey, ready to roll. That's what they want, and everybody likes a decent smelling house and a decent model home, also a decent price on a home too. So
what I would say,
price yourself out, even though the market's great right now. Don't price yourself out. That's the number one mistake in any market.
Right. We can pre-list your home too. So if you contact one of us, contact a real estate agent. A lot of these agents will actually pre-list the house, which would put together a game plan for you for that time that you really want to sell. Then they can actually put that house on the market at that time you want. So
yep, we do it all the time. We do a 1 to 2 week pre-list while you're doing the things and the touch-ups and getting in the house and making that batch of smelly stuff that Rob was talking about. While you're doing all that stuff, we are pre-marketing the home to thousands of agents and thousands of people to build the buzz, and then we put it on. So go to TalkTwinCitiesRealEstate.com, go to the Stockwell Roche Show, find us on Facebook on Stockwell Roche. We're on Twitter and Facebook and online at TalkTwinCitiesRealEstate.com. And I want to thank Ryan Halverson of Halverson Heating and Air. I want to thank Robin Hartl with Robin Hartl, Design and Style, and Little Joe Simpler, and their results. And Maddie B with Creating Home Mortgage.
I think we should give a shout out to Sue too.
Yes, Susan is with running the Remodeling Expo here at the Convention Center. So again, come on down, mention the show, free tickets, and we look forward to having you. And we can have putt-putt, take pictures of the Batmobile, and all kinds of good things going on. So thanks again. Have a great Sunday. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Advantage Plus.
Remember, love yourself and love others.
Yeah.